Hi everyone and most welcome to our YouTube educational channel BS Smart Academy. आमे माने आज फिजिकल एजुकेशन संपर्कित स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजी रो 25 MCQ आज आमे आलोचना करिबा जहा कि तुम आगामी एग्जाम रे तुमको हेल्पफुल होई परिबो एवं एही 25 MCQ रु मध्य तुमरो क्वेश्चन आसी जाई पारे। तेणु आज आमे स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजी रो 25 MCQ आलोचना करिबा। क्वेश्चन आलोचना करने पूर्व सब्सक्राइब टू आवर बीएस स्मार्ट एकेडमी यूट्यूब एजुकेशनल चैनल जॉइन आवर ऑफिशियल टेलीग्राम चैनल जदि तुम मैंने जॉइन करने को चाहू था आम ऑफिशियल टेलीग्राम चैनल तेबे यही लिंक माध्यम आम सह जॉइन करिपरिबो एवं तुमर फ्रेंड मानक सहित यही यूट्यूब एजुकेशनल चैनल बीएस स्मार्ट एकेडमी शेयर करदेव एवं जदि सब्सक्राइब करि न थाओ तेबे सब्सक्राइब करदेव। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन रही 1. Sports psychologists work with amateur and professional athletes to option improve performance and worsen psychological well-being, B. improve performance and improve psychological well-being, C. worsen performance and worsen psychological well-being, D. worsen performance and improve psychological well-being. Sports psychologists work with amateur and professional athletes to answer एहार हेबो A. improve performance and worsen psychological well-being. Next, 2. The following are some of the psychological approaches adopted by sports psychologists for service delivery. A. Option team therapy, coach therapy and substitute therapy. B. Person-centered psychoanalytic and rational emotive behavior therapy. C. Listening therapy, vision therapy and linguistic therapy. D. Environment centered external focused and irrational behavior therapy. Question रहिला the following are some of psychological approaches adopted by sports psychologists for service delivery. एहार आंसर हो जिवो B. Person centered psychoanalytic and rational emotive behavior therapy. Next, the person-centered approach is कौन है यार आंसर ऑप्शन generally not concerned with the client past, a form of talk psychotherapy that attempts to provide the client with greater self-awareness about how their thoughts, feeling and behavior may be negatively affected. C. A form of therapy that views human behavior as deterministic. D. Similar to the existential approach but focuses on personal responsibility. एहार आंसर हेबो B. A form of talk psychotherapy that attempts to provide the client with greater self-awareness about how their thoughts, feeling and behavior may be negatively affected. Next, 4 question. The rational emotive approach focuses on option रही resolving emotional and behavioral issues in the interest of increasing the client's happiness and well-being. B. Some sort of behavior change. C. Identifying and making sense of past experience. D. Personal responsibility. एहार आंसर हो जिवो A. रेशनल इमोटिव अप्रोच फोकस कौन हेबो ना रिजॉल्विंग इमोशनल एंड बिहेवियरल इश्यूज इन द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ इंक्रीजिंग द क्लाइंट्स हैप्पीनेस एंड वेलबींग. नेक्स्ट, 5 नंबर क्वेश्चन. ए स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजिस्ट कॉम्पिटेंसीज इंक्लूड कौन हेबो क्लाइंट वेलफेयर, प्रोफेशनल रिलेशनशिप एंड असेसमेंट टेक्निक्स. बी. इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस कोऑर्डिनेट height and authority. C. Confidence, frustration, tolerance and networking ability. D. Personality, confidence and intelligence coordinate. A sports psychologist competency include यार आंसर हो जिवो A. Client welfare, professional relationship and assessment technique. 6 question. The sports psychologist can gain trust, respect and credibility by option रही instructing the client about what is the right thing to do, demanding and expecting excellence, establishing lines of confidentiality clarifying roles and servicing and agreeing timelines and goals, showing off his or her competency. 6 ର ଆନ୍ସର୍ ହୋଇଯିବ ସି, establishing lines of confidentially clarifying roles and service and agreeing timelines and goals. Next question. 7 question. Sports psychology consultant triangulate their assessment techniques by A option talking to the athlete's coach, talking to the athlete's teammate and talking to the athlete's parents, talking to the athletes, listening to the athlete and watching the athlete. C option interviewing the athlete, asking the athlete to complete psychometric assessment and interviewing the athlete's coach. D option observing the athlete, watching the athlete and making videos of the athlete. Sports psychologist consulate and triangulate their assessment technique. Sports psychology ର triangulate assessment technique କ'ଣ? ସି ଆନ୍ସର୍ ହୋଇଯିବ ସି, interviewing the athlete, asking the athlete. ଆନ୍ସର୍ ହେବ ସି, interviewing the athlete, asking the athlete to complete psychometric assessment and interviewing the athlete's coach. Next, 8th question. The test of a performance strategist 2 tops to Hardy, Roberts, Thomas and Murphy 2010 requires athletes to answer questions regarding their current use of option ରହିଅଛି A coaching and training aids, B psychotropic medicines, C technical and tactical, D strategies, psychological skills in training and competition. 8 ର ଆନ୍ସର୍ ହୋଇଯିବ D strategies, psychological skills in training and competition. Next, Luekeper 2010 suggested that adequate records from sports psychologists should be option A available to the public, eligible and protected, B simply easy to access and unprotected, C legible, relevant, logical, chronological and concise, D open, available and readable. ଏହାର ଆନ୍ସର୍ ହେବ ସି legible, relevant, logical, chronological and concise. Luekeper suggested that adequate record from sports psychologist should be. ତାଙ୍କର ରେକର୍ଡ଼ କ'ଣ ରହିବ ନା legible ରହିବ, relevant ବି ରହିବ, logical, chronological and concise. 10 number question. Basic psychological skills Hardy, Jones and Good 1996 comparison. Option ରହିଅଛି A attribution, commitment, fine motor skills and gross motor skills, B option goal setting, self talk, mental imaginary and C motivation, attention, self confidence and arousal, D option throwing, catching, hopping and skipping. 10 ର ଆନ୍ସର୍ ହୋଇଯିବ B goal getting, goal setting, self talk, mental imaginary. କ'ଣ ରହିଛି ନା ଗୋଲ୍ ସେଟିଂ ରହିଛି, ସେଲ୍ଫ ଟକ୍, ମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ଇମାଜିନାରୀ. ନେକ୍ସଟ 11 ହୁଇଚ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଦ ଫଲୋଇଂ ଇଜ୍ ଏ ଲ ଅଫ୍ ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ. ଲ ଅଫ୍ ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ସହିତ କ'ଣ କ'ଣ ସଂଯୁକ୍ତ? ଲ ଅଫ୍ ରେଡିନେସ୍ ହେବ ନା ଲ ଅଫ୍ ଏକ୍ସରସାଇଜ୍ ହେବ ନା ଲ ଅଫ୍ ଇଫେକ୍ଟ ହେବ ନା ଅଲ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଦ ହେବ? ଲ ଅଫ୍ ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ସହିତ ଲ ଅଫ୍ ରେଡିନେସ୍, ଲ ଅଫ୍ ଇଫେକ୍ଟ, ଲ ଅଫ୍ ଏକ୍ସରସାଇଜ୍. ତ ଏହାର ଆନ୍ସର୍ ହୋଇଯିବ ଅଲ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଦ ଏଭଭ୍. 11 କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ୍ର ଆନ୍ସର୍ ହୋଇଯିବ ଡି ଅଲ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଦ ଏଭଭ୍. ବି ଅପସନ୍ ବି. ମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ଇନକ୍ଲୁଡ୍ସ. ସାଧାରଣତଃ ଭାବରେ ମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ଇନକ୍ଲୁଡ୍ ହୋଇଥାଏ କାହା ସହିତ ନା ଅପସନ୍ ରହିଛି ଏକ୍ସଟର୍ନାଲ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଇଣ୍ଟରନାଲ ଅର୍ଗାନ୍ସ, ରିଜନିଂ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଥିଙ୍କିଂ, ଏଥିକାଲ ଆଣ୍ଡ ମୋରାଲ, ଇମୋସନାଲ ଆଣ୍ଡ ମ୍ୟାଚୁରିଟି. ଇଜି କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ୍. ଜଷ୍ଟ ରିଜନିଂ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଥିଙ୍କିଂ, ମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ଆବିଲିଟି ଆମେ ରିଜନିଂ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଥିଙ୍କିଂରୁ ଜାଣିପାରିବା. ନେକ୍ସଟ, through which of the following method desirable channels are provided for the release of emotional energy? ଅପସନ୍ ରହିଛି ଇନହିବିସନ୍, ସବ୍ଲିମେସନ୍, କାଥାରେସିସ୍, ରିପ୍ରେସନ୍. 13ର ଆନ୍ସର୍ ହୋଇଯିବ କାଥାରସିସ୍. Through which of the following method desirable channels are provided for the release of emotional energy? Catharsis. 14. The rate of progress in learning slows down and reaches a limit beyond which further improvement seems impossible. It is known as 14 ର answer ହୋଇଯିବ a plateau. Next, the therapy 15 question. The therapy of psychoanalysis was developed by Skinner, Sigmund Freud, Plato, Darwin. यार आंसर हो 15 बी सिगमंड फ्रुएड. सिगमंड फ्रेड को भी साइकोलोजी रो फादर मध्य आमे कहि थाओ. 16 स्पोर्ट्स परफॉर्मेंस इज द बाय प्रोडक्ट ऑफ कौन आंसर हो ऑप्शन रही स्किल, कंडीशनल एबिलिटी, टोटल पर्सनालिटी, टैक्टिकल एबिलिटी. यार आंसर हो टोटल पर्सनालिटी. 17 the first metamorphosis falls between the age of 7 ରୁ 10 years ହେବ ନା 3 ରୁ 5 years ହେବ ନା 11 ରୁ 14 years ହେବ ନା 2 ରୁ 4 years ହେବ. ଏହାର ଆନ୍ସର ହେବ 7 ରୁ 10 years. 18 which is the most effective method for encouraging self learning? Self learning ପାଇଁ କ'ଣ effective method? Demonstration method, lecture method, observation method, task method. 18C observation method. 19 which one is the simplest form of cognition? Cognition ର simplest form କ'ଣ ହେବ? Option conception, perception, sensation, affection. 19 ର option ହେଇଯିବ C sensation. 20 the functional division of spinal cord. Spinal cord ର functional division କ'ଣ ହେବ? Somatic motor, somatic sensory, visceral motor, none of the above. जेहेतु spinal cord यह गोटे sensory organ तो somatic sensory answer. The response defined as a result of training is called response defined as a result training. गोटे response defined training को आमे कौन कहिबा? Conditioned stimulus ना unconditioned reflex ना conditioned reflex ना conation. यार आंसर ହେବ C conditioned reflex. 22 question which need is on top of the Maslow hierarchy of needs? Maslow hierarchy of needs ର କ'ଣ top of need ରହିଛି? Self actualization, esteem, belongingness, safety. 22 ର answer ହୋଇଯିବ self actualization. Next, ERG theory was given by. ERG theory किए ଦେଇଥିଲେ? Maslow, Alderfer, Jung, Maclellan. यार आंसर ହୋଇଯିବ B Alderfer. 24 Alderfer's theory categories needs into 3 categories. The most important is କ'ଣ କ'ଣ ରହିଛି ତାଙ୍କ ଥିଓରିରେ? ଆଲ୍ଡରଫର୍ଙ୍କ ଥିଓରିରେ growth needs, extinction needs, related needs, none of the above. 24 ହୋଇଯିବ C extinction need. Next, which of the following is an intrinsic motivator? Intrinsic motivator ଅନ୍ତର୍ନିହିତ motivate. ଅନ୍ତର୍ନିହିତ ଆମ ଭିତରେ ରହିଥିବା ଅନ୍ତର୍ନିହିତ ଗୋଟିଏ ମୋଟିଭେଟ୍ କ'ଣ? ପେ, ପ୍ରମୋସନ୍, ଫିଡ଼ବ୍ୟାକ୍, ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟ ଅଫ୍ ପ୍ଲେ. ଏହାର ଆନ୍ସର ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟ ଅଫ୍ ପ୍ଲେ. ଆମ ଭିତରୁ ଗୋଟିଏ ଖେଳ ପାଇଁ ଆମେ ଗୋଟିଏ ଇଚ୍ଛୁକ ହେବା, ଏହା ଗୋଟିଏ ଆମର ଇଣ୍ଟରିନ୍ସିକ୍ ମୋଟିଭେଟର. 26 the two factor theory of motivation is given by. Two factor of theory motivation is given by. two factor theory କିଏ ଦେଇଥିଲେ? ମାସ୍ଲୋ, ଜଙ୍ଗ, ଆଲ୍ଡରଫର୍, ହଜବର୍ଗ. 26 ର ଆନ୍ସର ହୋଇଯିବ D ହଜବର୍ଗ. ତ ଆଜି ଆମେ 26 MCQ ସାଇକୋଲୋଜିର କଲେ. ତୁମେମାନେ ଏହା ମନେ ରଖିବ ଏବଂ ତୁମ ପରୀକ୍ଷାରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଏହା ଆସିପାରେ ଆଗକୁ ଥିବା ଏକ୍ଜାମରେ. ତ ଅଲ୍ ଅଫ୍ ୟୁ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ. ଏବଂ ଏହି BS ସ୍ମାର୍ଟ ଏକାଡେମୀ ୟୁଟ୍ୟୁବ୍ ଏଜୁକେସନ୍ ଚ୍ୟାନେଲକୁ ସବସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ କରିଦେବେ, ଯାହାକି ପୂର୍ବରୁ ଥିବା ଲିଙ୍କ ମଧ୍ୟ ଡେସ୍କ୍ରିପସନ୍ ବକ୍ସରେ ଯାଇ ତୁମେ ପାଇପାରିବ ଏବଂ ତୁମର ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାରର ସବଜେକ୍ଟର MCQ ଅଛି ତାହା ମଧ୍ୟ ତୁମେ ଦେଖିପାରିବ. ଅଲ୍ ଅଫ୍ ୟୁ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ.